Good afternoon, badass artists. I'm Mia Luyando. We are here today to work on this cute little Paisley silk dress. We are in Celestia, I believe. Yes, we are in Celestia. We are recreating the cover for this one. We're trying to recreate this sort of metallic silky sheen to this dress, and we are using some new Morandi pencils. They don't actually have a brand name. They're just called Morandi pencils. I'll link those in the description below. But yeah, we are trying to recreate with pencils this digital painting that's on the cover. So without further ado, this is where we left off last time, and I've been using like I said, the Morandi pencils, and we used, I think, Colors of the World. Maybe Faber-Castell. I can't remember. we've jumped around in pencils. I can't remember 100% what we used for her face, but it might have been Artisa, now that I think about it. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure. I do not remember, but I thought we would press on today. We've been kind of jumping around. I've done a few from our new Firefly Falls. We've had some little glass tutorials and lightning bug glows over on some other tutorials. But let me grab this. We started with the blue shadows, and I'm pretty satisfied with those. This color is number 4612. And I really don't feel like I need to darken too much up. I think we're okay there. We can always come back later if we need to. But over here, I'm kind of turning my palette here. I'm gonna go in with this number 1329. And I'm going to bring this color on her bodice round. Now the trick to Paisley, you know, if you've got a pattern and you're trying to follow it exactly, it's kind of like a tartan plaid. If you have it laid out in front of you, that's one thing. But you know, I just kind of wing it. I won't say you guys, but for me, I just kind of wing it. You know, unless I'm just sitting here with this cover right in front of me, there's no way that it's gonna look exactly like the one in the front, because you know, every time you recreate a piece of art, it's gonna be different, and that's part of the fun of it. So I'm just kind of, going around highlighting different colors in this one. We might make this one look a little more coppery in the front than bronzy, like the last one. I was kind of looking at it before I started the video, trying to decide what direction I was going to take with it. But we'll just kind of, do like we always do. We'll just sort of roll with it and see what happens. But placing the colors randomly, not really. All the colors are going to go in here eventually and smooth each other out, so that's it's sort of the same as doing a mottled sort of watercolory looking background. It's, staying random with those colors and the placement is kind of key, because you're not overthinking it, and kind of gives you some freedom. You don't have to worry about keeping things symmetrical and, necessarily balanced. It's a pattern, and it's not a balanced pattern. It's not a continuing pattern, I guess. I'm going to get a shade darker. This is number 1520. I'm just gonna sort of get the really deepest, darkest spots. Shadowy places of the fabric. And we're just going to kind of move this color around. Now I'm going to go back in with this kind of golden color. It's number 0740. And I'm going to fill in a lot of these spaces. Now when we run this color over that reddish sort of oxblood or mahogany color, it's going to give us sort of that coppery look. It's going to give us a little bit of a metallic vibe. It's not over the top, but it's definitely there. And we've got so much going on in this picture with the wings and her hair and everything. We're not trying to make this stand out over much. We're definitely going to tone this down. But for right now, we're going in, I won't say with an aggressive hand. We're not trying to, you know, make this a harsh yellow, but we're definitely going in and filling in the places that didn't have any color yet. Now I'm going to get this darker shade. It's more of a, it's kind of a golden color, number 1126. It's got kind of a, like an antique brass effect to it, or an antique gold. And it looks really good when you lay it down over those colors, because it kind of, you know, mutes it. It doesn't look quite so intense. And you can gauge how much you want to tone it down. And that definitely does give it, you know, a shiny, sort of a shiny effect. And I'm going to go back up here and sort of brighten this up a bit too. Now you can definitely go back in with brown. I don't have a deep brown in this set, but I'm gonna get one from a different set here in a second and work that in to give it like a really deep, you know, more organic feel. Switch back over to the lighter one. Kind of helps to have that in as a base color under the darker gold. And I'm just kind of going back and forth between those two colors. I'm going to go back with this red color, the lighter of the two. Just kind of touch here and there. And I'm going to do the same thing with the blue. And it still feels just a little bit bright right in the middle, but we'll come back and, adjust that as we need. Let's go ahead and finish this sleeve. We're already at about 15 minutes. I wanted to at least get a start on her wreath today. So let's go ahead and jump in and finish her little sleeve over here. I'm gonna go in first with the, let me get the lighter of the two. And just kind of, going in with this lighter of the two reds. And it's just sort of the same as we did on the other sleeve. We're just sort of randomly going in. And adding our colors. I'm going to do a little bit more blue right in here. yellow, gold. It's kind of a gold color. Closer. There we go. It doesn't want to focus, does it? Now the darker. Actually need to come in here and finish this little spot on her necklace. I forgot that. I left that out. Okay, I think we'll leave her dress for a minute. Let me set these aside. Now I've got a couple of orange flowers. These are a few different shades. We'll have to grab a couple of different sets, and I have a couple sets laying over here next to me. But I've got this Morandi set, I've got the Color Neon set, and I've also got the Arteza Pastel set. So let's see what we can start with on the orange and the greenery here on her little headpiece. So instead of diving right in with the brighter parts of the orange, I'm going to get this kind of medium tone. It's number 1436. This is in the Morandi. And I'm going to just kind of work in the dark orange shades. And I'm not doing every little petal, but I am trying to get in, you know, some of the, you know, it's a pretty deep, intense shade of orange. So I thought I would start, kind of give us a, you know, a starting place. I'm just kind of lightly, loosely outlining the lower petals down here. And these, we're probably going to let the grayscale work for us quite a bit on these that are, you know, facing the other direction. Now I'm going to get kind of a medium orange. And I'm going to start over here because I want to see how nicely this shows up on the darker grayscale. I'm just going to add this color all the way around. I'm not going in and like doing a lot of detail because this isn't, you know, front and center on this. Not yet anyway. And we'll come back with other colors to add details. I'm just kind of trying to get the color worked in so we can kind of see where we are to go forward. These flowers are pretty intensive orange, so they're going to require a few layers. And like I say, a lot of times these things don't look like much in the first layer or two. You got to be patient, and all of a sudden it all kind of comes together. Just kind of follow the direction of the petals. And I'm not, you know, I'm not taking a lot of time to be super neat or anything like that. Like I said, we're going to have other layers that are going to go over top of it. This is more about just getting the color down than anything. And while we're laying down color, I'm going to do the same thing with the greenery that's in her hair. I've got this Pretty Green 0418, and I don't think I told you guys the color numbers for that. The darker orange was 1436, and the lighter orange was 0941. Sorry about that. And I'm kind of just doing the same thing. I'm just adding a base layer of color. I'm not going to go in yet and do a lot of detail with this because we're adding quite a bit of stuff in here. So this is more to just give us a good idea of where everything is. Just a bit darker. This one's 0439. And I'm just going to continue to sort of work that darker greenery in. And it's the same thing, we're just putting the color down. We're not adding details or anything yet. Wonderful. This is a really good spot for us to leave off today. When we come back, we will finish her flowers of her wreath, and then we will do her wings, and then we will be just about finished with this cute little angel girl. So I will finish this up today. I'll go ahead and call this one for the day. If this was helpful, I sure would appreciate it if you'd give it a thumbs up. That helps the algorithm so it goes out, finds other people who are looking for videos like these. They can hang out with us and be a badass artist. Okay, everybody, I'll see you next time.